Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tonya. And if you're returning, well today I'm going to be working on DIY Dollar Tree twine and yarn flowers. These designs turned out so pretty. I hope that you enjoy them today. Now here are some of the flowers that I saw on the Kirkland's website, and I thought it would be fun to try to create something similar to this with Dollar Tree items. Now you can see I'm using the yarn, and these little makeup sponges are perfect to be able to create the style of flower that I wanted to create for this design. And I'm just going to be taking one of the jars that I found there at Dollar Tree and painting that, of course, with the white chalk paint, because that is my color. If you follow my channel, you know. And I decided just to use this creamy white, and everyone, these were so fun and easy to do. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just wrap that yarn around my hand several times, because I just want to get a cluster of that yarn so I can start gluing it on to my makeup sponge. And I wasn't real sure, everyone, how this was going to turn out, but they turned out being really pretty little flowers, similar to the ones that I had seen on the Kirkland's website. And it definitely gave me some ideas to create some different types of flowers with these little makeup sponges. Now I'm just going to take one of those little skewers that you can buy there at Dollar Tree and use that for the stem of the flower. And I'll just keep gluing on several of the bunches of yarn until I get it filled around enough just to cover the makeup sponge up. I was going to paint the makeup sponge, and you'll see in the next step what I do. I actually will flip it upside down, and that's where I'm going to just glue everything down. And if you get enough string on there, you'll be able to cover everything up really well. But everyone, I will give you just a tiny little update. We are finally starting to get some of the sheetrock and some of the insulation in my studio. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave that link below. I am actually turning a 8x12 shed into a kind of a cottage studio, so I can do more chats with you, and we're going to do some of our DIYs out there, so that's going to be really nice. So I'll keep you updated on that and let you know. I'm hoping to have that ready maybe the end of July, the first part of August. Now you can see what I'm doing here is I was just separating all the little yarn pieces and making it cover, and you can already tell how it's coming together really, really well. And now's where I flip it over. And everyone, this right here, give me the idea of what are they? I think they're cone flowers. And I thought you could really make those really simple by just turning that over and using the round part of that makeup sponge. And you can see I used that tacky glue just to attach that. And this worked really well. And once they dried, they stayed together, and they just make just a really, really pretty arrangement. And I just kind of trimmed mine down, you can see there, because I was trying to get kind of that point similar to the ones that I had seen on the Kirkland site. Now, I'm just going to take more of the tacky glue and just go over it because it dries clear. And then I do add a little bit of paint on top of this. I think I took a little bit of plaster, or maybe it was ivory, and added a little bit of my white chalk paint, and that kind of brightened the flower up a little bit. But everyone, this floral tape makes the perfect leaves to add to this type of design. And if you had never tried that before, definitely give that a try. I had used this floral tape before when I had done different projects before I started YouTube, and it just makes such pretty flowers. So I thought it would be fun because all of our flowers are blooming here now in the summer, and I just thought I'd throw in one of these little summer videos with the flowers. And if you enjoy it, definitely let me know in the comments below. Now I will be on a regular schedule once I get into the studio, and I'll let you know what that's going to be once we get settled in there. But right now I'm just going to try to do videos when I can and get them up for you. And you can see how I'm just gluing that on, and I'm just going to take some of those little I guess they're like dried flowers that you get there at Dollar Tree, and just pop them up in the top, and then just add a few little cuts of yarn around the bottom, and it really made this little flower start coming to life. Now to finish this one off, I just take a few more of the little floral pieces that I made a little bit shorter, just so they would look like the bottom of the flower where you have those little greenery pieces right before it blooms. And that really helped bring it all to life and make it look like a really pretty flower. But everyone, once again, you'll have to let me know what is everyone wanting to see created. Are you ready for the Christmas? Are you ready for the fall? I know I had asked that before about the fall decor, and I do have some DIYs planned for fall as soon as I can get into the studio. And I may do a few for the Christmas in July. It just depends on my schedule. It's like I had mentioned before, we're doing quite a bit of that work ourselves to try to get the interior of the studio done. So that's consuming a lot of my time right now. But here are our flowers. I had already made the other one, and I just thought they turned out so pretty. And I'm just going to pop them in that little vase. And I ended up, instead of using moss, I just cut some of that extra yarn up that I had and just put that right down in there around those flowers, because I was really trying to keep this design all in the neutral color palette, and I just thought that it turned out really, really pretty. Now, I do end up, once I get it down into the vase, I decided that I wanted to have some of the little greenery and what would look like the leaves on the actual stems of this design. And once I got all that put on there, it really made it come together and look like a little floral arrangement. And there it is. I got it all finished up, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that twine around the top rim there of the vase, and this one will pretty much be done. Now, I did decide to display this one on a shelf, and I had picked up this little weaved basket at Hobby Lobby, and I just thought that made it look so pretty, setting this little flower bouquet in front of that basket. You'll have to let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Now for our next flower, I had already tried to make this twine flower, and everyone, I absolutely thought that was the cutest little flower made with that twine. And all I do, it is so simple, and I'm not even sure what kind of flower it reminds me of, but I think it's just pretty all on its own. And all I did was the same thing. I wrapped that around my hand and then just cut the string, and was able just to flare these out a little bit. And what was so neat about this design is I was able to use pretty much all of the parts with this. I tied it off, and then I just used the bottom part that I cut off and just folded it over and made little loops and just glued a few of them right in the top of the flower. And it was so simple. And once I got the greenery on it and popped it in its little vase, it just turned out so cute. But definitely let me know if you have enjoyed these simple yarn and twine flowers, because I know I really enjoyed creating these, and I thought they definitely had that little farmhouse feel, and the way that I decorated them with the white vases, it was definitely really great to put in if you love to do neutral decor. And keep in mind, if you like a little bit more color, you could always just paint the string a little bit or use a more colorful yarn to make the other type of flowers that we just created. Now you'll see here, I actually didn't show you where I did that, but I had wrapped the greenery tape around the top there, and that really made it look nice, and it definitely looks really, really good on the little twine flowers here. And I actually only put a couple of little flowers in this vase because I was going for a really simple design, and I think I would like to try to make the cone flowers and do something a little different. So let me know if you'd like to see more of these flowers, because I do have a few more ideas of ways that we can create these for summer, and I actually got some ideas to create some fall flowers doing the same technique like this. Now here's a really good angle that you can see how I was actually gluing these on. I'm sorry I didn't take that angle when I was creating the other ones. These were something new I was working with, so I was just kind of finding my way along. And then I realized that I could lay them down and get that glued on so you could get a better view of what I was doing. And once again, I took some more of those little dried stems and flowers and just popped just a few in there. And like I said, I wanted to keep this design really, really simple. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed these designs today, and if so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so. Well, I hope every one of you have a wonderful and blessed week, and I will see you on the next one.